The upcoming fight between Gilbert Burns and Jorge Gamebred Masvidal at UFC 287 has the potential for real title ramifications in the UFC welterweight division. While Burns is currently ranked 5th and Masvidal sits 11th, a combination of external factors, including Colby Covington's inactivity and Khamzat Chimaev's recent indication that his future lies at middleweight, means that there is a distinct possibility that an eye-catching performance here could lead to a shot at the winner of the title rematch between champion Leon Edwards and his longtime predecessor Kamaru Usman at UFC 286. Many fans feel that Burns is a heavy favorite at this stage of their careers. Let's take a closer look and see how true this is. Burns is 36 years of age with a professional record of 21-5 and a strong return of 7-2 in the UFC welterweight division. Masvidal is 2 years older at 38 with a pro record of 35-16 and has gone 7-7 at 170 pounds. He is currently on a 3-fight run of defeats, albeit to elite competition in Covington and Usman twice, with his last win coming against Nate Diaz in November 2019. Burns is 4-2 over the same period, with the losses coming at the hands of Usman by TKO and a very close decision to Chimaev. The stats favor Burns, but fights are not contested on paper, so how will these two be looking to get their arms raised in victory? Burns is one of the most underappreciated grapplers in MMA. Holding a bronze medal from the 2015 ADCC World Championships, easily the most prestigious no-GI grappling tournament on the planet, shows an extremely high level of BJJ. This is evidenced by 8 career submission victories and the fluid guard passing and arm triangle finish in his most recent fight against Neil Magny at UFC 283. Masvidal has excellent submission defense. Only 2 of his 16 career losses are by sub, the most recent of which came back in 2009. He survived the best part of 2 rounds with jiu-jitsu legend Demian Maia on his back in a title eliminator in 2017. It seems unlikely that the fight finishes by submission if Burns can even get his man down. To his credit, Gilbert has shown regular improvement in his ability to pursue and complete takedowns, getting Tyron Woodley to the mat multiple times and leaning heavily on cage control and top position to get past Stephen Wonderboy Thompson. However, Masvidal has spent most of the last 3 years working on takedown defense for his 2 fights with Usman and then Covington. It is notable, though, that Burns' lone required takedown of Magny came from the front body lock, which is Greco-Roman wrestling, while Colby and Usman are primarily freestyle wrestlers, so there may be potential for success for Gilbert there after all. It seems obvious then that Masvidal will be looking to keep the fight on the feet. With 6 of his 7 welterweight wins coming by way of TKO or knockout, Gamebred was until recently one of the most feared strikers in the division, displaying crafty and inventive footwork and setups to match the power of his punches, body kicks, and knees. He is, of course, famous for the record-breaking flying knee KO of Ben Askren. Still, perhaps his most impressive technical display came against Darren Till. After switching back into southpaw stance, he lands a switch jab to set up a shifting overhand that catches Till completely unaware, rendering him immediately unconscious. Most fighters would never be able to pull off something so unorthodox. This unpredictability, matched with a real killer instinct at welterweight, makes it difficult to write off Masvidal entirely. With that said, Burns is no slouch on the feet, having dropped Kamaru Usman early, pieced up Tyron Woodley with body kicks, and gone to war with Khamzat Chimaev in a slugfest for the ages. He has looked susceptible to the jab recently, though, particularly in that TKO loss to Usman, and Masvidal's camp will not have overlooked that. Overall, the respective paths to victory are pretty clear. Masvidal will be looking to keep the fight on the feet and in the open, using his jab to control range and set traps for fight-ending bombs. Burns will be more than happy to return fire, but should also be looking to back his opponent to the cage, get hold of him and tie him up or take him down. Things rarely happen as we expect in mixed martial arts, though. However, the fight does play out, and it seems hard to imagine that it won't be fun.